high quality, fresh food, great drinks at, affordable prices that everyone could come in, for a weeknight dinner or have a special dinner out on the weekend.
The first thing that happened was they needed to understand, what do I have to do to own a business, and am I bankable? So we started just by talking about, in general, what a business plan is and the C's of credit and how a bank looks at every business.
The first time we walked into a bank, it was easy because we'd talked with Tom so many times and been grilled on our business plan and all the numbers and every little last detail, that nothing really came as a surprise.
Just watching them strive to do this, and the excitement that happens when they finally get the loan, and the real excitement that happens when they finally make it and they're in business and it works for them, it's just a wonderful feeling, and it's fun to be involved and fun to help them.
What we're already seeing is that we're able to see families grow, and we met people when they were pregnant and now see their babies walking, and that's the nice part about being in a town like this and having long-term customers.
Anyone that starts a business at the point that they start the business is an entrepreneur. They continue to be an entrepreneur as long as they want to grow that business. Otherwise, they just simply become a business owner, which is not a bad thing. But an entrepreneur is somebody that is constantly looking at the business and trying to figure out, how do I grow it? How do I expand? How do I add employees?
We kind of did start out with and still do custom parts for the marine industry, and that has been our focus of our business. We did start in Lisbon Falls in a warehouse that was rather run down and what have you.
I remember many nights laying awake. We have 2 young kids wondering, what are we doing? This is a little scary. Our house, everything on the line.
They save their customers time and money, and so that's critical in a competitive industry.
We were at the point where we felt we were growing and we wanted some little bit more professional help.
One of the things that I noticed about Steve and Maureen is they were willing to take the coaching that I was bringing to them on the management side of the business and work with ideas to turn around their cash flow.
Brad was able to help us look at our operations, our management, and what we charged for labor rates, and adjust those accordingly to what was coming in for business. Especially, he was really critical when we moved into this building.
I just felt that they had the right approach and openness to the help that we can bring as small business development centers. And that to me said, if we can find the markets and we can continue to grow the sales, the management side of the business will be just fine.
He could really identify with what we are going through, what we face every day. We are a custom shop. He knows the market and business well enough to really help us.
As their business grows, they've been able to roll with the punches. So they have the flexibility in their approach to doing business. They can ride out the peaks and the troughs.
This is a product of us. We're this company.
It's just a joy to understand that what you're doing is making a difference in somebody's life. It's a joy to understand that the team that you're helping to manage is making a difference in a lot of people's lives.
We are focused right now on clinical diagnostics, which is, of course, healthcare, patient healthcare.
They had a lot of technical data, but putting it into a context and getting a banker to understand what it was they were doing was the challenge.
We applied for SBIR grants and the first Maine Technology Institute grant. And that's actually when we met Maribel.
I worked with them on essentially writing the layperson's business plan and getting it into a language that the bank could understand.
We received all 3 of those grants. We were astounded, and it was enough to launch our company.
It's the interaction between the person with the solution, the person with the problem, reaching a mutual understanding as to what the value of that solution is, and then doing an exchange.
We have the first quality control for genetic testing FDA cleared in the country. That was a major undertaking. First of all, working with the FDA is scary.
What I think I was most helpful with as they grew their business was helping them understand some of the issues around partnership and licensing agreements. Once you have a patent and that intellectual property is protected, it really is an asset that you can leverage, that an entrepreneur can leverage to grow the company and add value to the company.
We've certainly learned there are always doors. You just have to be creative to find them, and sometimes you have to call it Marabee.
The impact of the Small Business Development Centers is really what we do for each individual. Now, we like to be accountable for what we do, but the ultimate impact is being able to see the joy on a person's face when they open the doors of their business, or they're able to expand it, or they're able to turn it around from some crisis that they may face.
Want to provide service to customers, to be very patient specific and to really sit down and help the patient, from, A to Z.
Well, Lana came to the SBDC over at AvCog at the time when she was looking to purchase this pharmacy.
It's so many things that, that you need that you can't know. You might know one aspect of it, but there's 360 degrees here that you need to know, and not just your niche.
She was working with an accountant here in town, a CPA, and one bank at the time, and she was really trying to structure a deal and find out what the cash flow would support. And so we worked together on cash flows and financial projections.
It was something for me that I need to look at. It was on paper. Sometimes we can discuss about it, but not to have something on paper and what you need to do to keep that. That was very helpful.
Her business is built around what's good for the client, and that's a real nice niche, especially when she compares to the things that are available in the marketplace.
You go in the end of the day, you say, well, I helped Mrs. Smith out today. I talked to her and I reach out to that person. And if it's just that one person, I did my job for the day.
We enjoy working with people. We enjoy using our skills to help people reach their goals, and that's what makes this a great job.
It's about the clients and counselors working together to help make businesses succeed.
Anybody that's serious about getting into business should definitely talk to Tom or one of the other business counselors and spend the appropriate amount of hundreds of hours with those people.
Brad is an extension of our company, so he's helped make our success.